almost instantaneously.
Hey Platinum Warriors, Fluffy Platinum in the house. Welcome to another Fluffy Platinum's Tea. On this episode, I'm going to be talking about fan interactions, but more importantly, one particular interaction from a quote-unquote fan. At this point, I would usually answer questions, but once again, we do not have any questions. So if you have a question you'd like me to answer, put it in the comments down below and I'll answer your question in the next Fluffy Platinum's Tea. This year I've been growing quickly in my following, mainly because I've been making public appearances such as performances, and I've had some amazing interactions with my fans. You know, they've bought things from my physical merch table at cons, they've asked me to take a photo of them, and overall they've just been nice, and I'll forever be grateful for those people. However, I'm sure some of you have heard many stories about other kinds of followers, and well, something like that happened to me. When I first got into content creation, I did think that eventually, and if I had enough of a following, I'd have a weird fan, like an obsessive fan to the point where it compromises my safety. Was I right? Yes. Did I think it would happen so soon? Absolutely not. This first started when I was out with my friends who are also idols to get dinner and to see an open mic night. Everything was going smoothly, we were chatting about our performances and what we have planned when I saw on my phone there was a notification from Instagram. There was this account that was just created that day and they just followed me. Already they started spamming my posts and stories with likes and comments, which isn't really the worst thing a human can do. However, when I looked at the profile I saw it was an old friend of mine. I didn't, and still don't want anything to do with them, so I simply messaged them to kindly refrain from further contact, as well as to let go of me and block. 2 to 4 weeks later, they create another account and they follow me, but at the time I didn't realize it was them. I had a funny feeling about this account as I had no bio, no name, no posts, no followers, and the only person they were following is me. I then put up onto my story teasing that I would be performing at the Perth Royal Show, and then they messaged me about it, using congratulating me for being accepted as an opportunity to sexually harass me and send unwanted messages. I then said once again to refrain from further contact. Another 2 weeks they appear in my YouTube comments once again and left another unwanted message. Now that's when I thought, okay, I don't know who this person is, but they are clearly obsessive and not in a good way. And also not only that, but what part of refrain from contact do they not get? And then marked the 3rd time I told them to refrain from contact. Fast forward a few weeks later when Mum was looking at Facebook on her phone and she was looking at friend suggestions. She found their profile and I saw their name and profile picture. They had the same profile picture as the second account and the same name as my old friend. That's when I realized that had been my old friend this entire time that sent me those messages and stalked me online. Now for some background information, this old friend of mine has said and done a lot of fucked up shit, but at that moment I instantly thought that the whole situation was the worst thing they've ever done. When I realized that, I looked on the bright side and thought, you know, if they ever try to contact me again, I know their details so I can report them. Obviously, I thought it was the end of it, but it was far from it. Far, far, far from it. On the Saturday of KaiCon this year, I had to leave the event early to attend my school ball. Well, homeschool ball, but you get what I mean. They were there. They were at the event. And even worse, they were put at me and my sister's table. Now at this point, as you can probably imagine, I was shitting bricks because I just realized the stalking is now physical. Online stalking is bad enough as it is. You know, it's obsessive, it's creepy, and it can even be considered predatory. But physical stalking is a whole new situation that can lead to physical harm. My first reaction was to instantly go and tell the staff about it. It may have made me look like a Karen, but I was too focused on not only my own safety, but there's also the chance that they could do the same thing to the other attendees as well. I told the staff everything that happened, from the beginning to the end, only in nutshell format. Now they did propose that they move me and my sister to another table. However, I had to tell them that's not happening because one of my sister's friends was there at the ball, only because my sister was there, and that friend was at our table too. And I also asked if it was possible if they could be moved moved instead. I can't English today, I'm so sorry guys. The staff said that they can't do that because Stalker has put names down on who they want to sit with. And to briefly explain something, when you buy tickets for the ball, there's a text box allowing you to put down names of the people you want to sit with at the event. That means that there is a possibility that they put my name down, you know, they were once a friend of mine, therefore they know my name, just so they could get up and close with me, which was really scary. I then asked if they could be blacklisted from future events, and they proceeded to respond with, "Unfortunately, we can't do that as they haven't done anything wrong that has been associated with our events." And after having that interaction with the staff, I was fuming. I was absolutely pissed off. I just told them all the stuff this person did, which is illegal in Australia, and they're not doing anything about it. So I said, okay, well, I'm going to have to call the police then. Physical stalking can and has resulted in people being hurt. And then they went on about how I shouldn't do that as they did nothing wrong and I should just simply ignore them. I didn't end up calling the police, but I did drag my chair from my assigned table to where my girlfriend was sitting, and I somehow managed to enjoy the night. And I am so grateful as well as lucky that I wasn't hurt. Looking back, it's actually quite shocking that losing contact with my old friend wasn't the end of all the dramas and issues I've had with them. I actually wasn't the one terminating contact, although I usually am. They sent me a message last year saying how I ruined their life and they threatened to commit suicide. And what doesn't make sense is, well, surely I can't be that bad of a person if you're willing to go to extremes beyond what's legal to get back in contact with me. I think the worst part of this all is that from previous activity, this could be far from the end of it. They might turn up at another event that I'm appearing at or performing at next year. If I ever see or hear from them again, I will be contacting the police without a second thought. But I hope I don't have to deal with that again. Not for a long time at least. Thank you for watching everybody. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. Please go follow my other socials, link down below, and also listen to my first album. I worked really hard on it and I can't believe I haven't released an out for you guys. Please listen to that. I shall see you all next time. Oh my god, my French. Goodbye.